Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jasmine Cordova. With my group is Eric Tripuli, Atina Kitikit, Krishna Presh, Stephanie Pagaduan, Saida Berongoy, Eloisa de Fiesta, Joseph Emmanuel Rivero, and Narisa Carlos.
Today, we will be sharing the story of the cracked water pot. Good afternoon, I am Eritrea Foley and I am the summarizer. It is my job to prepare a brief summary of today's reading. The story of the cracked water pot tells us about a water baron in India who had two large pots, each hung on the ends of a pole which he carried on his neck. One of the pots was cracked and was only able to deliver half the water it was meant to carry. After 2 years, the cracked pot spoke to the man, telling him that he was ashamed because he could only deliver half the water. Then the man told the pot to look at the wildflowers on the side of the path. He then said to the pot that for the past 2 years he has taken advantage of the pot's flaws and used it to water the flowers, which he then uses to decorate his master's house. He said to the pot, "Without you being just the way you are, he will not have this beauty to grace his house."
Good afternoon, classmates. My name is Atina Kitikit, and my role for this group is a questioner. My job for this role is to develop a list of questions that my group might want to discuss about this part of the book. Question number 1. If you were the water bearer, are you still going to use the cracked water pot?
Yes po.
Does anyone else want to answer?
Yes din po.
Okay. My answer for that would be yes as well. Question number 2. What would you do if you were the cracked water pot?
For me, if ever I'm in the situation of the crock pot, I would think of something creative to make myself unique even if I have a damage.
Does anyone else want to answer? The answer is I will think about the things I can do with my pot. Question number 3. Would you help yourself see your own accomplishments?
Yes.
Does anyone want to answer?
Yes. I would
Okay,
help
the answer.
myself story po.
Sige, tuloy.
Yes, I would help myself because sometimes no one will help us.
Okay, does anyone else want to answer?
Sige po, tuloy ka na po.
Yes, because you can see yourself as your own and to never compare yourself to anybody. Question number 4. How did the cracked water pot see their own flaws as they went up the hill?
For me, the pot saw his flaws and he saw the water leaking on the floor and he saw the right pot being full while his pot is half.
Okay, does anyone else want to answer? Okay, the answer would be the water bearer told the pot about his cracked side and saw his own flaws. Question number 5. What can we learn about this story?
For me, the moral of the story, or the thing I learned from this story, is we shouldn't be ashamed of our flaws, because sometimes we can do better by it, or we can help something.
Does anyone else want to answer?
Yes po. My take on this story is we should never be ashamed of our imperfections. Many times these imperfections are a blessing in disguise. And also we just got to take each person for what they are and look for the good in them. The real challenge is to find good use of our unique talents.
Okay. And my answer for that would be, we need to see our own beautiful sides and to learn to never compare yourself to anybody, because you can be amazing in your own. That's all for the questions today. Do you have any questions?
We don't have any more question. You can now proceed. Thank you.
Okay, if you do have any questions, please tell me about it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Krishna Mariel Presh, and my role is to find connections between the book and me, and between the book and the wider world. We are all crackpots. We have our own flaws, and our flaws isn't always useless. Each of us, each of us has own unique flaws. You've just got to take each person to what they are and look for the good in them. Just like the cracked water pot from the story, all of the water it got made a good use. It watered flower seeds and made grace and beauty to the master's house. Just like us, we may be insecure because of our flaws, but not in everyone's eyes it is useless. We may be insecure and feel uncertain with some areas of our lives, but somehow such flaws can turn into a blessing, and you're unique for having it. In the past, I've been insecure of myself too, because I had flaws that my other classmates don't have. They were like a threat to me because I was jealous of them. We had friends while I don't. I thought it was just because of my appearance, and I wasn't that funny to be with. I only talk when they approach me first. I wasn't that smart, but I made use to our group projects and told them my thoughts so we would add more in it. Turns out our presentation was good and we got a good grade because of our teamwork. They did not talk about my appearance but urged me to be confident enough to present, and also included my thoughts in the presentation. My appearance did not affect our project, yet my presence did. In our society, it's very common to see judgmental people on someone else's appearance. At school, university, office, or even while walking in a mall, the judgment game is never ending. I have childhood friends, and they used to talk about their problems with me. They told me they were insecure of themselves because of what they saw on the internet. So I told them they were their own selves and they don't have to be someone else or exchange their life to someone else just to get those compliments. No one was born to have a perfect life. The story of the Crockwater Pot was well explained, and it was written differently compared to the other author's book. Of course, writers write on their own way, and they use different words. It is also good just like the others, and it gave us moral lesson. I don't think that there's a flaw to be found in the book, as long as I understood and it easily and they did like the story. There's also no need to compare one to another. It just meant we're having a competition in between for which is better. I am ashamed of myself and I wanted to apologize to you, said by the Crockwater Pot. This line has a deep meaning if it refers to the society today. People tend to apologize for having those flaws that affects the others. Why? It's just because we live in a toxic society. People have to accept that they were born differently and every single person has a unique flaw. Fat people gets to receive hates and tells them to stop eating so much and have exercise. While while skinny people gets to receive hate for being skinny and being called a skeleton or sick, being asked to eat more to gain weight. Colorism spreads. Having acne or pimples makes you ugly now. Wearing glasses means you're a nerd or smart. Those are the things people experience nowadays. People in real life is the opposite of the water bearer in the story. People apologize and get embarrassed instead of living equally like others. They start to have social problems because they lose confidence. Some people aren't that judgmental though, but they also found grace and good things others else can do. These people were gifted with such features, yet they think now that it's their fault for having flaws. That's why they wanted to be perfect. Being beautiful is an easier life. Having flaws is no one's fault. It's only because of how toxic the society is. Like what I said, no one was born to have a perfect life. Basically, everyone has a flaw and people make fun of it. They don't notice the good things these people has and focus on their flaws. They abuse the term sarcasm for backstabbing people, especially on social media. The fact that society as a whole denies that each and every person has imperfections, that there can be no perfect person, is a larger issue. The good life isn't about chasing perfection, but holding on to what is.
I am Jasmine Cordova. I am Jasmine Chloe Cordova. I'm Jasmine Chloe Cordova, and my role is an illustrator. My job is to draw some pictures related to the reading. What do you think about the picture? What it represents? Do you have any idea?
As I can see, the right spot that the milk has been springing, it has crack on it and the water has been falling, while the left spot is not broken and it carries a lot of water, while the right spot, the water flows from it.
Yes, I agree. As you can see, this man used to carry a water to his village every day in two pots, hung on each end of a pole, which he carried across his neck. As you may notice, one of the water pot had a crack. Obviously, the pot was unhappy as he compared himself to the other pot, who looked so perfect. The man could have just thrown the pot, but instead he continuously used him. On the side of the pot, you can see just green grasses exactly opposite on the other side. The nature is more lovely on the side of the crack pot. The nature is more lovely on the side of the crack pot, isn't it?
Yes.
The crackpot is not aware that he waters the side of a pot from leaks, and that makes the seed grow into beautiful flowers.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Pagaduan and I am this group's travel tracer. My job is to trace the settings of the story and the scenery changes between the characters. The story begins in India, where the water bearer is at the side of the hill carrying two large pots filled with water while going up the hill towards his master's house. Later in his master's house, the water bearer delivered only 1½ pots of water. The key events happened on their way up the hill, because on their way up the hill, the old cracked water pot noticed the beautiful wild flowers on his side of the path. The story ends at the master's house because after the old cracked pot sees the beautiful wild flowers on his side of the path, the water bearer continued going up the hill to his master's house.
Good afternoon. My name is Syla Alexa Verongway. My role is vocabulary enricher or word wizard. My job is to be on the lookout for a few words that have special meaning. These are the words that are uncommonly used or confusing. Perceived. It can be found in the first paragraph. It means to become aware or conscious of something, come to realize or understand. This word is not commonly used. Imperfection. It can be found in the first paragraph. The meaning of the word imperfection is a fault, blemish, or undesirable feature. I choose this word because this is a long word and have lots of synonyms. Leaked. It can be found in the third paragraph. The meaning of the word leaked is accidentally lose or admit contents, especially liquid or gas, through a hole or crack. This word is the main action of the story. Flaw. This word can be found in the fourth paragraph. It means a mark, fault, or other imperfection that mars a substance or object. I choose this word flaw because it is one of the main topic of the story. Grace. This word can also be found in the fourth paragraph. The meaning of this word is to do honor or credit to someone or something by one's presence. This word have a different meanings depends on how it is used. Stream. This word can be found in the first and fourth paragraph. It means a small, narrow river. I chose this word to know or imagine the path they're passing through. Bearer. This word can be found in the third and fourth paragraph. The word bearer means a person or a thing that carries or holds something. This word is the main character of the story.
I'm Maria Eloisa de Fiesta. My role is literary luminary. My job is to locate a few special sections or quotations in the text for my group to talk over. In page 88, paragraph, I am ashamed of myself and I want to apologize to you. I choose the quote, be proud of who you are and don't worry. I choose this quote because most of the people are insecure of themselves and they say sorry because they feel bad about what people might think of them. In the next page, paragraph, without you just being who you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house. I choose the quote, what you see depends not only on what you look at, but also on where you look from. And everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. I choose these two quotes because sometimes we see the bad side of ourselves, but never the good side. And the good thing is that people admire us to improve our self-confidence. That's all.
Hello, my name is Joseph Emmanuel Rivero. My role is the researcher. My job is to dig up some background information on any relevant topic related to the cracked water pot. Here are some of the topics that are represented in the book. Each of us has our own unique flaws. We're all crackpots, but it's the cracked flaws we each have that makes our lives together so very interesting. We compare ourselves to those around us and overlook our unique qualities. What does a cracked water pot illustrate? A cracked water pot illustrates how even the most broken can be instrument in God's hands.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Narisha Irish A. Carlos. I'm a researcher, and what I do is dig some information behind the book. The Cracked Pot is written by Shaina Swami in 1954. He was born in Hamburg, West Germany, and he joined ISKCON. He is well known throughout ISKCON for his kirtana and public speaking. He teaches and writes prolifically on Vaishnavism. There is no specific words that the author said about the inspiration, but for me, he was inspired by writing the book is to show the moral of the story, which we should love and embrace our flaws, and our flaws doesn't stop us from doing our best or helping others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for presenting your parts in the presentation. I hope everyone in the group got to understand the story and the moral lessons of the cracked water pot. Thank you once again for a very successful literature circle, everyone.